Ajit, I was reading in your book Kashmir Storm that prostitution, of all things, is legal in Kashmir. Is that true?
Unfortunately, yes, it is legal, even though there is soliciting customers, I believe, is illegal under the Ranbir Penal Code which exists in Kashmir. You have to understand that Kashmir enjoys special status.
Okay.
Okay. Kashmir's accession to India took place under very trying circumstances when Pakistan had sent tribal invaders to overrun the valley, and they were killing and burning people there. And that's the time when the Raja of Kashmir, who was a Dogra ruler, he decided to merge with India, but he had certain terms and conditions which gave Kashmir special status.
Like independence?
No. Kashmir initially had its own prime minister, not a chief minister. Later the designation was changed to chief minister. They have an article under the constitution, article 370, which guarantees special status for that state. And under that special status, they have their own set of penal codes and things. Now, the Ranbir Penal Code, as it is called, is basically a rip-off of the Indian Penal Code. But there are certain minor changes in it. One of the changes is that, forget the Ranbir Penal Code, prior to that, during the time of the Dogra rulers, prostitution had been made legal in Kashmir.
Okay.
It had been made legal in Kashmir. You could register a prostitute for a sum of money. There was a form available. That law still exists in Kashmir. And you could register a brothel for another sum of money. A very nominal sum of money, probably something as ridiculous as 500 rupees or 100 rupees or something. And get into business. Now this was prior to 1947, where women were trafficked from Nepal and various other countries to set up huge brothels for sex tourism in Kashmir. Very few people know about this. But after 1947, when Kashmir merged with India, no one has been able to repeal or do away with this law that makes prostitution legal in Kashmir. It's a big loophole there. And the worrying part is that Kashmir is a Muslim majority state, and under Islam, prostitution is something that's totally frowned upon. But even then, the social activists and the NGOs and the human rights workers and the women rights workers and the women rights groups, they have not managed to get rid of this law, which legalizes prostitution in Kashmir. Otherwise, everywhere else in India, prostitution is illegal.
So in Kashmir, it's not like they're following the Dutch model where it's regulated, taxed?
No, nothing of that sort. In fact, they don't have rampant prostitution there. But I have seen reports on the internet which say that in Pakistan administered Kashmir, especially the Hunza Valley, where they say you have the most beautiful people in the world, and these people live up to 130 years. They're supposed to be descendants of Alexander the Great. They say they have something like 10,000 or 20,000 prostitutes in that. These are reports you find on the internet, unconfirmed, unverified reports in that region. And that it is a sex tourism destination for Pakistanis and people, tourists who come to Pakistan. About Kashmir, the thing is that since it's basically an Islamic society, they frown upon prostitution. So there's no question of prostitution being open or you having hookers moving around the Dal Lake, soliciting customers. Then you can't have that kind of thing there. But the fact is that this law exists, which says that this is not a crime, that it's legal. You get yourself registered, and you get your brothel registered, and you're in business. And nobody's bothered to take it down. Nobody's actually bothered to take it down.
Okay, so kind of like it's in the similarity with Dutch society, it's tolerated.
Tolerated, again, I think you're confusing the issue here, because prostitution as such does not exist on a large scale. It will probably exist on the same scale that it exists everywhere else in India. Okay? But here everything under wraps. Nothing is done overtly or openly. The difference is that in India it's not legal. What I'm saying is that in all other states of India it's not legal. except one state, and that state is Kashmir.
Okay.
Because of special status, right?
I'm clear. Yeah.
Okay. And the other thing is that while in all the other states of India, you have equal rights for women in property, Kashmir has gender-specific discrimination against girls in property because
That's
of
terrible.
special status. For example, if you are a Kashmiri girl and you have a thing called state citizenship there, which is like dual citizenship, you know.
Yeah.
You have a state citizenship and you have a citizenship of India. Now, what happens is that if a Kashmiri girl marries a boy, say from Punjab or Himachal or from Uttar Pradesh, the day she marries that person, she loses all rights to her ancestral property or any property she owns in Kashmir.
That's terrible.
And that's the law there.
That's terrible. That's terrible. That's my view. It's terrible.
And
Everyone should be equal.
The other thing is that if a boy marries outside, marries a Punjabi girl or a Madrasi girl or a Sindhi girl or a UPI girl or a Bihari girl, he does not lose any right to his property. So it's gender-specific discrimination.
Yeah. Blatant sexism.
Yeah, that's it.
Is there any sign, real quickly, that Kashmir is going to quit being so backwards in that way, that they're just going to finally realize that everyone is...
You see, the problem is they are so caught up with militancy and the separatists out there that they don't have time to address the real issues in the state, which are issues like this, you know, gender-specific discrimination against women regarding property, the development issues, employment avenues, generation of business, manufacturing issues. Kashmir is so rich in fruits and vegetables and food products. I mean, they could have a major food processing industry there, but they have nothing in the name of food processing.
Good point.
But they have such a lot of cuisine. They could
Yeah.
have a major cuisine industry there, but they have nothing in the name of that. The only thing they have is handicrafts. Even the handicrafts are very good, but the problem is again marketing.
Well, talk about a lot of wasted opportunity and wasted potential and wasted wealth. Self-inflicted, which makes it inexcusable. I don't care what country it is.
Exactly, because that was supposed to be a Hollywood destination at one time, and it was supposed to be the Hollywood of India in the sense that almost every picture that was shot in Bombay had to have a scene from Kashmir in it. If it was supposed to be a hit.
Okay.
And now nobody goes there to shoot. They go to Himachal instead.
Understood. Okay, thanks for explaining.
You're welcome.